Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, a huge warm welcome. If you're not, then welcome back. Today I am filming a Eid makeup look, golden glowy, starting off with my eyelids. And by the way, every single thing will be linked down below in the description bar. I am setting my eyelids first with the Makeup Revolution concealer, and then I'm using my ABH Soft Glam palette and just taking the lighter shades into my crease, and basically I'm just going to be building that up with lots of different blending brushes. And then I'm taking the Tempura shade and putting it right under my brow. This makes a really big difference on a special occasion. And then I'm going to start cutting the crease. This can seem a bit complicated at first, but honestly it's really not that difficult. And if you've got smaller eyelid space like myself, then it makes such a big difference. So I'm just taking a little Morphe brush and that same concealer I used before and just creating some more space on my eyelid basically. Then I've gone in with a deeper brown and added a bit more depth, and now I'm using the shade Fairy. And the first application of this was a bit naff, so I went in with a second application to intensify it. And then I'm using some of the orange shades to just blend the two shades together and make it not look as harsh. And I didn't want to use any liquid liner in this tutorial, so I've just gone with the deeper brown shade. And now moving on to my eyebrows, so I'm using the Makeup Revolution Brow Duo in dark brown. It's very similar to the ABH one, and I'm just using a Primark brush. I always use the lightest shade at the front of the brows because that's how your brows can look a bit too much. And then I'm just going to be blending it all out. Right here I'm using my Nip and Fab primer spray. It's the first time I've used it, and to be honest it did sting my eyes. And then I'm going in with my Essence mascara. This stuff is amazing. These lashes are from eBay. Unfortunately the exact ones are not available anymore, but I've linked some very similar ones down below. I love them because they don't look over the top at all. They're a bit thicker at the end, but you can still see the main eyeshadow. And then the face makeup, so this is my NARS Sheer Glow mixed with some liquid illuminator. This foundation for me is just perfect. It is medium coverage. I love the colour of it, and it's just one of those fail-proof bases for me. I'm blending it in with my damp beauty blender, and I've got some on my scarf. Surprise, surprise. And because it is a medium coverage, I do add a little bit more in the areas where I felt like I needed a bit more coverage. And I really just take my time to blend it all in, because when it's a special occasion you don't want to be looking cakey. And then I'm correcting my under eyes with my favourite corrector ever, again linked down below. This stuff is amazing. And then I'm going to conceal and highlight using my Kevyn Aucoin Central Skin Enhancer in 07, and then blending it out with that same damp beauty blender. I like to take any excess concealer that's on the sponge and just take it under my contour line, because it just creates a bit more of a chiseled look. It's like the reverse contouring trick. And now I'm using my Primark Pressed Banana setting powder. To be honest with you, it's not the best for flashback, but it's okay if you're on a budget. And I'm using a Real Technique setting brush to carefully set all the areas where I tend to get a little bit shiny. And then I'm going in with my Kat Von D loose powder to bake under the eyes. I don't leave this on for too long, but I do always bake nowadays because it just keeps your makeup in place. And then this is something I should have done before, but I'm just using that same concealer and the same brush to clean up around my eyebrows. Again, something I don't do on a day-to-day basis, but on a special occasion it just makes such a big difference. And now moving on to my lower lash line. So I'm taking the same sort of brownie shades and really smoking up the lower lash line using a Zoeva brush. And then of course we have to do the inner highlight, so These are the lightest 2 shades in the palette. And then I'm going back to my NARS Laguna palette and I'm using the Laguna bronzer. This is just a fail proof to me. I always have to bronze up my face. It makes such a big difference and it looks so nice in person and in photographs. And because it's Eid, of course, I want to be looking a little bit more snatched, a little bit more chiseled. So I'm using the Balm's Baham Mama contour, and I'm using this on a Real Techniques contouring brush and just applying it everywhere, pretty much where I bronze, but especially on the cheekbones and sort of down the sides of my nose as well. And then I'm taking that same yellow powder and just applying it under my contour. So I kind of got a little bit carried away. So it's just to try and tidy it up. And then I'm using a combination of my NARS blushes. Love blush. I think it makes such a big difference. I don't understand people who don't wear blush. Like, it's such a big step for me. Such an important step. And then, of course, we have highlighter. So I like to always set a liquid or a cream base first, because it just intensifies a highlight and it makes it last longer, in my opinion. And so I'm just using my beauty blender to blend that out. And then I'm using my beautiful Laura Geller Gilded Honey with a Morphe brush, and I'm just blending that in. Moving on to my lips, this is my favourite lip liner of all time. This is the Makeup Forever Aqua Lips. This shade in particular is 5C. And then I'm taking the Dose of Colours liquid lipstick in the shade Truffle, which is a beautiful pinky nude for me. And last but not least, I am setting my whole face with the Gerard Cosmetics setting spray. I find this works really, really well. And that is my quick and simple makeup tutorial. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I hope you have a wonderful Eid Mubarak. Please keep me in your duas. And I will see you in my next video. I did film a second look which is a bit more dramatic, and hopefully I'll have time to put that up tomorrow. Bye!